What's up guys, today we're going to be finally going over my ultimate Void build this season, and for this one we'll be using Middle Tree Voidwalker with all the new buffs to Nova Warp. And we'll first be showing off a cool combo that makes our grenade absolutely insane. Then we'll be transitioning into two different builds that allow you to take advantage of that combo and just have crazy uptime on all of your abilities. And if you play on Steam and you're looking to pre-order Witch Queen or the 30th anniversary pack, you can do so on my Nexus store right now. The link will be in the comments description. So Nova Warp got a few changes heading into the season. The two main ones are the Super Self got a 73% increase to damage versus PvE combatants, and the other one is 100% more damage for the Supernova, which is double damage. And this subclass has Dark Matter built in, which will give you health, grenade, melee, and class ability energy whenever you get void ability kills. So there's already a lot of synergy with a subclass just to begin with, just using it in general. Pretty much how it works is you just throw your grenade, use your melee, whatever it is, and you'll get Dark Matter all the way up to ×5, which means you'll be getting a lot of your 3 abilities back and also health. And then you can convert your grenade into a handheld supernova, which will pretty much just one hit every major in the game. Then once you have your super, when you pop it, it will do a quick detonation on cast, kind of like landfall. Then you just hold it and go around, and it's a very fast-paced super. You can definitely move around a lot with it and clear out a bunch of big groups of enemies. But now we look at the grenade combo. So first, looking at damage on Carl without anything going on, we hit almost 7.9 thousand 5 times. Then we compare that with Verity's Brow, which with ×5 we will get double damage for our grenades. So now just getting 5 void kills to get death throws ×5. Throwing the grenade at Carl again, it's double damage, now hitting 15.8 thousand 5 times. And we can further combo this with Tractor Cannon, which you can apply by yourself. So look at that, it should be 30% more damage, now hitting 20,525 times. And the final thing we compare on top of this is Focusing Lens from the artifact, which will make it so your light abilities do bonus damage to combatants affected by stasis. So if you have a teammate running stasis, for example, the stasis turret build, you know, a lot of enemies are going to be frozen left and right. And with this full combo now, as you see, it's gonna be hitting a lot of damage, like a lot. So in total, with just Tractor Cannon and Verities, we're doing over 100,000 damage, but then with Focusing Lens on top of that, almost 145,000 damage from a single grenade. And if we compare that to a Hezin's with Vorpal and an Izanagi's Burden, as you see, the Hezin's does roughly 90,000 per shot. Then with Izanagi's ×4, as you see, it will do 99,000. So just from the combo we can provide ourselves, we're doing more than a ×4 Izanagi shot. Then with the full combo, I mean, we're doing like a ×5, ×6 honed edge shot. And you might be thinking that's just a single grenade and you won't have the same uptime as like a rocket or Izanagi shots, but you'd definitely be wrong. What we can do is throw on the Judgment with the Demo Osmosis roll, then Null Composure for Reservoir Burst and it being Void, and the Tractor Cannon. And looking at our build, we have Verity's Brow for the 2x damage for a grenade. And looking at the mods, we have Melee Wellmaker to create Void Elemental Wells on Void melee kills. Then we also have Elemental Ordnance to create Void Elemental Wells with our grenade final blows. And then when we pick up those Void Wells, we will get Phantom Might, which will be a 25% buff to our Void weapons. And then we also have Charged Up, that way we become Charge of Light ×2 when we pick up the Void Well. And with those stacks of Charge of Light, we have Heavy Handed. That way we get 50% of our melee back instantly. Then also for a bomb part, for infinite fusion rifle ammo as long as we're surrounded. So a lot going on there. And we keep looking, we also have Orbs of Restoration, which will give us a chunk of ability energy to the ability that is the lowest when we pick up an Orb of Light. You could also just run it on Solar with Innervation, which will give you grenade energy when you pick up orbs. 5 of the other ones so it can work with grenades and melees. Then on our helmet, we also have Ashes Assets and 1 stack of Hands On to help us get our super extremely quick. And finally, one of the most important mods is on our gloves, Impact Induction, which is when we use our melee, we'll get a chunk of our grenade back. So all in all, how this build works is you just go back and forth using your grenade, picking up the Elemental Well, using your melee, picking up the Elemental Well, and it literally just combos back and forth just like that. The second you use your melee, you have your grenade, you use your grenade, you have your melee, and it just goes back and forth forever. And then whenever you get up to a mini boss, ultra, or something like that, you have Tractor and your handheld Supernova, which will one-hit them. And next thing you know, with this build, you also get your super extremely quick. Then for boss fights, we can use Particle Deconstruction on our class item and pair that with the Null Composure, which we have Reservoir Burst for Actor. You can swap that over to High Impact Reserves for boss fights. And what you can do is you shoot the target with the Null Composure first to get the Particle Deconstruction ×5, then you Tractor Cannon them to debuff them, and you just shoot the rest of your shots. and this is extremely good DPS, and you can further combo this damage with Font of Might, which will be a 25% buff, then also Empowering Rift, so you're giving yourself extremely high DPS just completely by yourself. Now looking at the second version of this build, this time we're going to be using Telesto because Telesto with infinite ammo is extremely fun, so why not? Then we also have Threaded Needle, which will be for our boss DPS. Then we have the same 4 armor pieces on except for our helmet, which is now the Nezarec Sin, and we have the same Ashes assets and hands on, but now our well mod is well of potency from the artifact, which will give us even more super energy when we pick up the Void Wells. So this build gives up a little bit of grenade damage, but in return we get all 3 of our abilities even faster, and now our super extremely fast, so our super uptime with this build is very high. You pretty much can get it in like 20 seconds consistently, depending on how many enemies you kill and how many wells you pick up. And once again with this build, for those mini bosses, you have Telesto. Then for boss fights, you also have the Threaded Needle, which what you can do is just shoot them once with Telesto, get to the ×5 particle deconstruction, then pull out your Threaded Needle. And if it's a boss that doesn't have a great crit spot, just keep shooting Telesto and it's still going to be pretty good DPS. So overall, both of these builds are extremely good. Both of them have crazy uptime on all of your abilities. The second one has crazy uptime on your super also. Both of them have infinite ammo with your energy fusion rifle, which both are good for Aclear, so you can just go around spamming that. The first build gives you nearly the highest buff and debuff combo you can get in the game, outside of maybe Well or Weapons of Light. And overall, both builds are just extremely fun. And I can't remember if I mentioned in the first build, don't get caught up on trying to make all of your grenades for Aclear the handheld supernova. They don't all have to be converted. If there's a big group of enemies, just throw your vortex in general. You'll be better off than trying to convert it for every single throw. Just reserve the supernova for the higher health targets. And yeah, I think that's gonna be it for the video. Let me know what you think about these 2 builds. The rest of the video will just be some strike gameplay. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time.